mound for the Astros today. Always a good day. Hunter's facing the Twins for the second time this season, spoiling the Twins opener back on April 3rd. That day gave up a couple runs in the first inning and then settled in nicely. So he has been good since his whole season, but he's going to face him here at home where he's pitched great as well. We're taking a look at his home stats this year. They're good. Sub-1 ERA. This guy has confidence when he's on his home mound. He's pitching well against everyone, but that sub-1 ERA at home is the third lowest in the league. And the right-hander, he continues to pitch well, but he hasn't walked away feeling great after his last couple of starts. Last start going 5 1/3. Wanted to finish that 6. Felt like he had fallen short there. So the expectations sky high for Hunter. And now for the entire team, everyone around him, the team feels like they're in line for a win when it's his turn. Something they've been doing a lot of, TK.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so good, and the Astros have so much confidence when he's out there, and he's going to have to avoid a quintet of Astros pitchers and catchers when he goes out to the field because there's an anthem standoff going on. It's 1 versus 5. Louis Varland for the Twins against Cesar Salazar, Steven Okert, Brian King, Caleb Ort, and Sean Dubin for the Astros.
This has been strong. Minnesota Twins backing up their solo contestant out there. And here comes Hunter Brown right in front of everybody. That got Cesar Salazar off there. Varland refusing to move. Caleb Ort is the only one left. Then there were 2.
Quintet's down to a solo Caleb Ort, 1-on-1. The Astros were 5 strong for a while.
Somebody provided sustenance to Varland. Oh, there he goes. He's fired up. Twins winning the stand-up, but Hunter Brown is now on the bump for the Houston Astros. That could mean something different for the entire team. Of the Minnesota Twins, 13 starts, a 1.82 ERA is best in the American League for Hunter Brown. That whip still under 1 in 93 strikeouts in 79 innings pitched for Hunter Brown. 9 punchies last time he was on the bump.
So here's the lineup that Hunter will face today for the Minnesota Twins. Rocco Baldelli has Byron Buxton back in that leadoff spot. Trevor Larnach will DH and bat second. Willie Castro in left field hitting third. Matt Wallner will bat cleanup in right field. Then Carlos Correa at shortstop. Brooks Lee riding a hitting streak of 13 games. Ty France moving down to 7 today against the right-hander. Cody Clemens gets a start. He'll be at second base batting 8th. And Christian Vasquez, the former Astro, catches and bats 9th. The Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Jose Altuve back in left field. Jake Myers in center and Cam Smith will be in right. Mauricio Dubon and Jeremy Pena on the left side of the infield. No Isaac Paredes for the second straight day. Brendan Rodgers and Christian Walker on the right side of the infield. Yainer Diaz back behind the plate. Yainer has caught every game in this homestand after the first game when Victor Caratini caught Lance McCullers Jr. So 4 in a row for Yainer. We're ready to go on a Saturday afternoon. The Astros start the day with a season-best record of 9 games over 500, 39-30. They are 4.5 games ahead of the Seattle Mariners in the AL West. Aaron Buxton digs in, and the first pitch from Hunter Brown is fouled straight back. We're underway.
First pitch in 98, Buxton ready.
One of these days, Blummer, if you like high-velocity fastballs that are effective against the opposition, you've got 2 good right-handers going tonight.
Yeah, both of them like their fastballs. Hunter's a little more diverse in the sense that he has the 4-seam and the 2-seam. Joe Ryan, we'll be talking plenty about, also has a very good fastball. The 4-seamer averaging 96.9 miles an hour for Hunter.
These 2 right-handers matched up at Target Field in Minnesota on April the 3rd. Astros winning that game 5-2. Hunter went 6 innings of 2-run baseball. The Astros got Joe Ryan for 4 runs in his 5 innings of work that day. Brown, as good as he has been all year long, even better here at home with a sub-1 ERA. One-two pitch, called third strike, outside corner, says Mike Estabrook. A first strikeout for Hunter Brown in the first batter he faces.
Nice paint job at 98 miles an hour on the outside edge of our MD Anderson strike zone for that first strikeout for Hunter.
Hunter continues to get a high percentage of his strikeouts on 95-mile-an-hour plus fastballs. As now he'll face Trevor Larnach. Over 50% of his strikeouts are on 97-mile-an-hour fastballs or hotter. That is the highest percentage in all of baseball. For starting pitchers. Want to know the count to Larnach. There's a strike. It's 1-1.
Cutter at 95? All right.
Hunter's feeling good early.
Yeah, that's his least thrown pitch, but that was a beautiful cutter at 95.
In a season filled with brilliance for Hunter Brown, the only small blip on the radar in the month of June has been command issues a little bit. 4 walks 2 starts ago, 5 walks his last start. So he'd like to clean up the strike zone a little bit, you would think, in this 3rd start of June.
Yeah, he fought it in that last couple of starts. 2 starts, he's had 9 walks. 5 of them came in that last start against the Guardians, but he also racked up 9 strikeouts. That combination got the pitch count up early, and he was out of the game and after 5 1/3.
Swing and a miss. Another 98-mile-an-hour fastball has 2 strikeouts in the early going for Hunter.
Well, the Diesel's got the fuel flowing. Matches from Supermo is going to show you that 4-seamer at the top of the zone, blown past Larnach.
So now the one guy in the lineup that Hunter Brown has not fared well against in his career. Willie Castro, 7 for 11. Lifetime against Hunter Brown. Takes a strike here. Feeling that fastball early at 99, a little bit up and away.
Maybe a little something extra for Willie, who's had good at-bats often.
Foul tip caught by Yainer Diaz. The count's 1-2. Of the 4 times Hunter has retired Castro, 3 of those 4 have been via strikeout. Turbo Diesel in the first inning. 98, 98, and 99. 3 strikeouts.
Absolute noise out of the right arm of Hunter Brown, establishing that fastball early.
Second time in the 2 spot. Jose Altuve hits 3rd. Christian Walker in the cleanup spot. Then Victor Caratini DHs today. Jake Myers in center. Cam Smith in right. Mauricio Dubon at 3rd. And Brendan Rodgers bats 9th at second base.
Joe Ryan on the bump for the Minnesota Twins. He's got good numbers on the season. 2.96 is that ERA. 7-2. His whip is also underneath 1. 82 strikeouts for Joe Ryan. But at the same time, it has been tough sledding against the Astros in 6 games, where he has a losing record of 2-4, and they have put a 7.58 ERA career on Joe Ryan.
Jeremy Pena, coming off a 4-hit game yesterday, continues to have a huge homestand. Remember last homestand it was a 10-gamer and Jose Altuve had 15 hits. Well, Jeremy Pena in this 6-game homestand already has 10 hits 4 games in. Last night 4 for 5 with a double and an RBI. That one didn't have to be a strike, and Pena down on the count 1-2.
You start giving that pitch to these two, it's going to be tough for the offenses.
Joe Ryan has struck out Pena 6 times in his career. The only pitcher to strike out Jeremy more often, Shohei Ohtani, with 7. Jeremy did clip him for a home run, though, in that start on April 3rd. That was when Jeremy was batting 5th early in the season. Ryan struck out the side in the first, getting Altuve, Paredes, and Alvarez. Then in the second, it started out home run by Christian Walker, and then Jeremy Pena. A little opening battle here. It's 2-2. Jeremy 3rd in the major leagues with 89 hits. And there is the 7th time Ryan has struck out Pena. A lot of times it has been on that sweeper. First strikeout for Joe.
What's on Tap is presented by Our Car IPA. And you can see the last 3 starts for Joe Ryan against the Astros has resulted in an OPS up over 1,000. 7 home runs, 12 runs given up, and that's all in 15 2/3 innings pitched. They have had his number, and they have gotten to him.
Now Yainer Diaz batting second for the second time in his career. Last night started out with a base hit, ended up the night 1 for 5 with that double in the first inning being his lone hit. But Yainer has a 3-game hitting streak going, 6 for 13 in that stretch. That one misses, and it's 2-0. No Isak, Paredes again in the lineup today. Good sign, though, before the game. Isak taking grounders. Running a little bit in the outfield, just trying to test that hamstring. Joe Espada does not feel like it's going to be a lengthy situation for Isak, so that's why he's not on the IL. Story a little different, though, for Jacob Melton with that ankle injury. That sprained ankle is going to force Melton on the injured list. The Astros made a couple of roster moves today. Little tapper towards short. Carlos Correa on 2 hops will make the play. And that's the second out. So Luis Guillorme is called up from AAA Sugarland along with Cooper Hummel. We saw Hummel last year with the Astros. Guillorme will make his Astros debut when he gets into a game. Melton placed on the IL. Shea Whitcomb was optioned back to AAA Sugarland where he can play every day. And Spencer Arrighetti transferred to the 60-day IL, which really doesn't impact his return day. He was going to be beyond that 60-day IL time anyhow. Altuve fouls the first pitch off with Hummel a switch hitter and Guillorme a left-hand hitter. Even though you lose Melton, a left-hand hitter, kind of gives a little more flexibility along with Victor Caratini for Joe Espada to have some lefty bats.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, it feels like that's what the move was purposeful for, was getting a couple more left-handed options for Joe Espada. Guillorme can play several different positions on the infield. Hummel can be versatile as well. Shoot, he could be your 4th catcher if you really wanted him to. But you got some more options now.
Altuve down in the count 0-2. So Ryan getting the start today, has the 4th lowest batting average against on the fastball. Hunter Brown has the 2nd lowest batting average against on the fastball. These guys get some strikeouts in a variety of ways, especially with that sweeper for Joe Ryan, as he picks up 2 in the inning with that pitch, getting Pena to start the inning and Altuve to end the inning. Both pitchers off to a good start. On Space City Home Network is brought to you by Rooms to Go. Get 55-month interest-free financing during the Hot Buy now at Rooms to Go. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Second inning baseball, Hunter Brown striking out 3 in the first inning. Joe Ryan striking out 2. As these guys have set an early tone for a potential mano-a-mano pitching matchup. Matt Wallner leads off the inning. Wallner smokes one, but right there is Jeremy Pena. That was an absolute seed, and Pena stuck with it on the short hop to make the play.
Got to be on your toes. That ball was turned around pretty quick. In at 97, out at 107. Pretty nifty little pickup from Jeremy Pena with a casual throw across for that first out.
Now Carlos Correa will bat. Correa watches a fastball above the zone, 1-0. Carlos went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts in the opener last night. Also committed an error defensively. Fastball right there for a strike. It's 1-1. Correa's numbers this year have been much better against lefties than righties. Over 1,000 OPS against lefties. 586 against righties this season.
Ooh. Good luck with that.
This is when you like being up here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly comfortable, and he's wearing the Astros uniform, so I'm even happier for him. But there's no way I want to try and hit 96 just bearing in on your hands and then catching the inside corner.
Oh, he almost dotted up the other side. He had one perfectly placed on the inner half the previous pitch and almost doubled it up with the outside edge. Oh,
man, that's pretty impressive. He wanted that one. He made a great pitch at 99.
And that's one if you're Correa, right? You've got no chance. So
yeah,
you just hope he gets the call.
Yeah, you just flip the coin. Ball, say ball. Okay, whew.
Mike Estabrook called it correctly, but a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Now the count's even at 2 apiece. You see Yiner setting up outside again. Hunter stays in that set position for an extra beat. And then he just smokes 98. All 3 of his first inning strikeouts were 98 or hotter, and the first one here in the second inning as well.
In case you're wondering, on StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, he's got a fastball. First inning, he had 3 strikeouts, elevated and on the edges, and then this last one just poured right down the middle. No answer from Carlos.
So now Brooks Lee will bat with 2 outs, bases empty. And Lee does not chase the 94-mile-an-hour cutter up. There you see the hitting streak for Brooks Lee. It's the longest active streak in the major leagues, 13-gamer. Has pushed his average up to 257, hitting 327 during the streak. Hunter's feeling it today. Where's that pitch?
I don't know. We saw a pitch lower and further off the outside corner called for Joe Ryan.
Hunter's not real thrilled with that strike zone with Mike Estabrook missing that 1-1 pitch. Now it's a hitter's count instead of a 1-2 count. Now he's back to even, just powers 98 down the middle of the plate. Forget about it. Hunter Brown just fueling it up today. 99 to end both innings with strikeouts on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Poll, we're going to ask you about an underrated Astro star the past 25 seasons. Who was the most underrated of these 4? Octavio Dotel, A. Adam Everett, B. Marwin Gonzalez, who was in attendance yesterday, C, or Colin McHugh, D. Christian Walker fouls the first one out of play. Send your votes to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag StroPoll. Walker hit a home run last game against Joe Ryan. He's 2 for 4 with that home run in his career against Joe. And he misses the fastball, and it's 0-2. Ryan struck out 2 in the first inning, getting both Pena and Altuve with a sweeper. That one's wide. It's 2-2. Christian hit a sweeper out for his home run against Ryan back at Target Field. As he takes the splitter a little bit up, and now it's 3-2. Victor Caratini waits on deck, and then Jake Myers due up third in the inning. Called third strike. Walker didn't like it, but it looked like that fastball had the edge. Mike Estabrook calls it a strike. That's 3 strikeouts for Ryan.
That was a good fastball, painted up on that outside corner. Even though Christian struck out on it, sometimes you can have that conversation and maybe massage the zone a little bit, maybe your next time up there. But he's going to go back and realize that that was a really good pitch and a 2-strike count.
Here's Victor Caratini DHing today. Victor's numbers this year have leaned to be better when he is caught, hitting over 300 on the season when he has been behind the plate. 13th DH game of the season, and he is hitting just 171 as a designated hitter. 2 for 5 with a walk in his career against Ryan. Misses the splitter, and Ryan is ahead 0-2. Little tapper. Ryan off the mound in a hurry. Makes the play to first, and there's 2 away.
The Texas Children's Houston Open has you covered this Father's Day. Get the Father's Day Duo, which includes tickets to the 2026 Texas Children's Houston Open and a new hat for Dad. Purchase now at tchouopen.com/Father's Day. Time's running out. You're on the clock.
Jake Myers takes the ball in. This has a different feel to the game early than we saw when these two guys met up in Minnesota. The Astros scored 2 on Joe Ryan in the second inning after the Twins got 2 against Hunter Brown in the bottom of the first. Today, neither one has blinked so far. This is a rare hitter's count as Jake has a 2-0 count. Almost hit him on a pitch in. Ryan has hit 9 batters this season, tied for the most in the major leagues. Tommy Kawamura says that is not a hit by pitch, so let's not challenge. .3-0 is just off the plate wide. Jake wanted to make sure that was called a ball and stood there for an extra beat. That's a 4-pitch walk. Ryan did walk 3 in his last 2 starts against Toronto and the A's. So now Cam Smith will bat. Smith having a good homestand, 5 for 16. Came up with a big 2-out, 2 RBI base-loaded single to get the Astros on the board first yesterday. Ended up being a 3-run inning. Cam went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. No swing, says Laz Diaz, the crew chief over at first, and that's 6 in a row for Joe Ryan out off the plate.
If he makes a mistake in the zone, see if Cam's ready for it.
Cam hits the ball deep to right field, going back on it. Wallner near the track, onto the track, and puts it away for the final out of the inning. A walk, 1 man left on base. We're through 2, and we're scoreless.
Average at 152 is number 1, and the slugging percentage just a little bit higher than that at 222 is good for second in Major League Baseball. Also, he has been a lot of fun for the locals to watch here in the white uniforms.
Ty France, the first batter facing Hunter Brown, takes a pitch up and in for a ball. France hit a home run yesterday, the 3rd solo home run of the game for the Twins. All their runs in that 10-3 loss came on solo home runs. Willie Castro in the 4th, Royce Lewis in inning 6. Those were against Colton Gordon, and then Ty France hit one against Stephen Okert in the 9th inning. France takes the fastball up. It's 2-1. France started out his career very well against Hunter Brown. He was 3 for 5 early on with Seattle, but Hunter has won the battles more recently, 1 for his last 9. As he slashes that one into the club level, and it's 2-2. Hunter has 5 strikeouts today, all on high velocity fastballs. 3 swinging and 2 looking. So with his 5 for 5 Blummer, you can see his percentage is up to 55%. He's kind of lapping the field with really good names in terms of percentage of strikeouts with 97 plus fastballs.
Yeah, that's excessive noise to get some outs, but he is well in the lead. StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, is going to show you a little bit of where those pitches are coming from and how close they are together, and then the action after release point. That sinker tailing down and away to lefties with the changeup with a little more action. That slider and the 4-seam moves all over that zone to get that swing and miss.
Here's Cody Clemens getting a start today. Clemens goes after the first pitch and misses. It's 0-1. He started the year with the Phillies, did Cody Clemens. Had 7 at-bats with Philadelphia, 6 at-bats with Philadelphia without a hit, but he's done a nice job since coming over to Minnesota. That curveball has him swinging at a pitch below the zone, and Hunter gets ahead 0-2. Cody just turned 29 last month. Texas Longhorn. Went to Memorial High School here in Houston. Of course, the son of the Rocket, Roger Clemens. Started his career with the Tigers, then moved on to Philadelphia for 2.5 seasons, and now a Minnesota Twin, playing in game number 37 with Minnesota. There's another fastball, that one at 96, so that doesn't add to that percentage that we told you about because he threw the sinker there. That's still a strikeout for number 6 in the game for Hunter. Hey, save the date. Astros second half single game tickets go on sale Wednesday, June 18th. You can get your tickets for marquee matchups against the Yankees, the Rangers, the Red Sox, the Orioles, and more. Learn more at astros.com/SGT. Second half schedule really lends itself to the AL East. Obviously, you're always going to play your division, 2 series home, 2 series on the road, but they have been very heavily weighted towards the AL Central. Last 3 series have been against the AL Central as Vasquez pops a foul towards the stands, giving it a look to Dubon, and he's going to have room into the netting. Mauricio Dubon knocks over a security guard, makes sure he's okay, and hands him the baseball.
Doobie. He's versatile. Knows this ballpark pretty well from every angle. Had to extend himself here as he uses the netting to keep him from going in.
The All-Star Game and All-Stros Game. Send your Houston Astros to Atlanta this summer with the 2025 Pro Spirits MLB All-Star Ballot. Vote 5 times daily at astros.com/vote. TK.
All right, Julia, bottom of the 3rd inning. Mauricio Dubon, who made a nice play to end the top half of the 3rd, will lead off. It'll be 8-9-1 here facing Joe Ryan. There's been exactly 1 base runner so far in this game, and that was a walk with 2 outs to Jake Myers on 4 pitches last inning. So Dubon, Brendan Rodgers, and Jeremy Pena in this inning facing Joe Ryan. Mauricio goes after the first pitch and misses 0-1. Mauricio starting the last 2 games at 3rd base. Moved to left field during the course of the game yesterday after Jacob Melton was injured. Fouls the next pitch off. It's 0-2. Last night, Dubon had a sac fly, scoring Cam Smith with run number 8 in what turned out to be a 10-3 win. This one into center field. Backing up is Byron Buxton. Runs through the sunshine, shining through the panels in left field, and makes the catch for out number 1. We were starting to tell you about the Astros leaning towards the AL Central schedule last half inning. So this will wrap up their season series with the Twins tomorrow. They've already finished their season series with the White Sox and with the Royals. They will wrap up their season series with the Guardians before the All-Star break here at home. They'll still play Detroit on the road in the second half of the season, or the post-All-Star break half of the season. But the AL East, they haven't played the Red Sox yet, they haven't played the Yankees yet, and they haven't played the Baltimore Orioles yet. All those teams will come onto the schedule in the month of August. So a lot of good home games to come up in the second half, and that's why those single game tickets that we told you about last half inning might be a good idea. How about Brendan Rodgers? Breaks his bat and drops one in for a base hit. Rodgers now 5 for 9 in his career against Joe Ryan, and that's the first hit for either side today.
Well, we hope to contain him against Joe Ryan. This ball off the end of the bat, dumped out in right field. Maintains good numbers against Joe Ryan. Pretty good pitcher. That was a slider away on our Yingling flight cam. See him drop it in between the right fielder Wallner and just over the head of Cody Clemens.
Now Jeremy Pena will bat. Pena watches that one down and away, 1-0. Jeremy struck out his first time up. Rodgers now with hits in back-to-back at bats. That one towards the middle, but Correa flags it. Backhands to second, and with Pena's speed, no chance for a double play. Pretty good job by Carlos, though, to get one out on that potential base hit.
Got hit very hard and gave Correa plenty of time to get there to be able to make that flip to Cody Clemens, making sure that first out. Really no chance to get the speed of Jeremy.
Now 2 outs. Pena, who leads the team with 14 steals, on base, and Yainer Diaz will bat. A little tapper from Yainer, and it goes foul. Astros lead the season series against the Twins 3-1. They can wrap up the season series with a win today or tomorrow. They split the season series with the Kansas City Royals and also split the season series with the White Sox in the AL Central. That ball hit pretty well to right field. Back on it goes Wallner near the wall, and that ball's gone! Yainer Diaz, opposite field, 2-run home run, and the Astros take a 2-0 lead.
Oh, yeah. Hey, bartender, double me up. Never too early for a Yainer bomb. Good swing. Chased that slider away in the first pitch and then got an elevated fastball and tomahawked this one, sliced it out of here. Yainer, plenty of power going the other way, but this one just enough as it sneaks up the tunnel.
Now here's Jose Altuve. Yeah, I see you. That one fooled me a little because I thought he hit it well initially, but then the crowd was kind of subdued. I'm like, well, maybe they know something I don't. But that ball kept carrying.
Kind of had that slice carry to it because it looked like it was hit straight away, and as it continued to slice, it just continued to go.
So Yainer now with 9 home runs. He, Jeremy Pena, and Christian Walker all tied for third on the team with those 9 home runs. Tuve second with 10. Hit his 10th in last night's game. And Isaac Paredes leads the team with 15. Off the end of the bat towards left, coming on to make a catch around waist high is Willie Castro.
Well, they are the dynamic duo. The oven mitt made it really interesting to see what was going on.
Astros taking a 2-0 lead on the home run by Yainer Diaz in the bottom half of the third inning, and now Hunter Brown working to the top of the order after facing the order the first time through in the minimum fashion. Getting Byron Buxton to swing and foul one back to the screen. It's 0-1. Hunter so far, first time through the lineup, 6 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a pop-up. Got Buxton looking his first time up. Fastball rides high. It's 1-1. Ground ball, backhanded by Walker. He used Hunter Brown covering. That's a nice defensive play for the Astros first out of the fourth.
It was a really good play all the way around. Hunter Brown was ready to get over there and cover. After the great play by Christian Walker to his right, the ball hit pretty well. But Walker smothered it. And an easy toss to Hunter Brown covering in front of the speedy Byron Buxton. Watch Hunter. He immediately busted it over to first base. That was textbook.
It was either Wednesday or Thursday. They kind of had their pitchers out there working on PFPs, pitchers fielding practice. You do that a lot during spring training, and sometimes you just need a little refresher during the season. And Hunter obviously played that one perfectly.
Yeah, you just don't want to have guys assume the play is going to get made. You got to continue to kind of reinforce the positive that this play needs to be made. It's only going to help your cause when you're on those nights that you're pitching well. You need some big outs in big situations.
And Hunter knew he had to sprint with Byron Buxton running.
But that's what I love, is that he had the recognition of where the infield was playing on that side of the field. So he knew as soon as that ball was hit to the pull side for the lefty, to the opposite field for the righty, he had to bust off the mound. Because it's easier to shut it down than to speed it up.
Hunter gets ahead of Trevor Larnach 0-2. He has struck out Larnach 6 times in his 12 career head-to-head at bats, as he misses up and away 1 and 2. Larnach in there today against a righty, came on in the game yesterday. Pinch ran for Royce Lewis, who had to leave the game after leaving with what has been a hamstring injury. They're not sure the severity of it yet. They're doing an MRI on Royce Lewis, but there have been a lot of MRIs on Lewis. Unfortunately, another one creeping up in the game last night for Minnesota.
Yeah, that guy is turning into Magneto.
Hunter has struck out 6 of the first 10 batters he has faced. Pitch count has been very good. 12 in the first inning, 11 in the second, and 12 more in the third. Larnach battling him here in this 1-2 count. Got him. Dropped the hook on him, and that's strikeout number 7 for Hunter Brown. 2 outs in the inning.
It's part of the entertaining part about Hunter Brown is that we know he loves that fastball. We'll throw it frequently. He'll get hitters to sit on it, but he also has some pretty good secondary pitches to go out there and get the strikeout if guys are sitting on that fastball. That right there, power curveball at the bottom of the zone, and got a pretty heavy chase.
No, you're absolutely right. You get enamored with those 98s, 99s,
yeah.
But he has the whole arsenal.
It's almost, that first time through the order just kind of says, look, I've got a heater. I'm coming after you. And all of a sudden he gets it in your mind that you're going to get some of those fastballs. And then he goes, oh, by the way, I've got this. Snap.
It has been fun to watch. He came in with a home ERA of 0.88. Only Tyler Mahle at 0.82 had a better home ERA in the major leagues. No swing, says the third base umpire Brian O'Nora. But with his 3 2/3 innings, Hunter's now below .08 on the season, so he's now the major league leader in home ERA. 2-1 the count to Willie Castro. Castro continues to be a nemesis against Hunter. That is his 8th hit in 13 career at-bats and the first base runner for the Twins in this game. Now a message from TXU Energy. I think Hunter was a little frustrated. He wanted that 1-1 pitch to be a strike.
Yep. Looked like he swung at it from up here, but it's tough to tell. It's amazing how comfortable Willie Castro is in the box with Hunter Brown compared to the other 8 friends he's got in the lineup.
Right.
He'll be over there rubbing up against him trying to figure it out. But Hunter Brown, I think this is a little bit of a conversation to try and calm Hunter down. He feels like that last pitch and maybe that pitch you're talking about in the previous at-bat, TK, have frustrated him a little bit. So just kind of get that temper and heart rate down a little bit and focus on this at-bat.
Tired the first 11 Twins, and then Willie Castro hitting a 2-1 pitch into right field. So here's the swing that we thought could have gone either way. It's a 1-1 count. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a swing.
That's understandable. Even the face of Willie Castro said he went. You see that? Kind of grimaced like, oh, he got me, but then the call went his way, not Hunter's.
And that changed it from a 1-2 to a 2-1 count. Then Castro with a base hit after that. So a little regroup here for Hunter. It's 1-0 to Matt Wallner. Wallner smoked the ball, hardest hit baseball of the day, to shortstop his first time up. Now it's 1-1. Wallner can hit the ball hard, including a leadoff triple against Hunter. The last time these two teams met, with Hunter going against Joe Ryan in Minneapolis. And he gets him out in front of that curveball, and it's 1-2.
Had a good swing at the previous curveball, and Hunter came back with a better curveball and got a worse swing. It's a great visual on the mattress from Supermo, how that can create that four-seam rotation.
Got him. Hunter's up to 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. The Twins get their first base runner of the day, but Hunter has been in command, leading 2-0. In Park on a Saturday afternoon. Last night we had 38,402 for an Astros 10-3 victory, followed by fireworks. Today the Astros leading 2-0 thanks to Yainer Diaz, as Christian Walker will lead off here in the 4th inning. Joe Ryan gets him to go after the first pitch, and that's a swing, says Laz Diaz. It's 0-1. Walker, Victor Caratini, and Jake Myers here in the 4th. Christian fouls back the fastball. It's 0-2. Astros' second best record in the American League at home this year. They are 25-13 at Daikin Park. A win today would put them exactly at 2/3 of their games won here at home. The only team in the AL with a better home record is the Tigers at 24-9. Astros have played 38 home games, only 31 on the road going into today, game number 70. That one's wide, 2-2. We reached the halfway point of the season. Next homestand. I'll be right after that first series against the Phillies.
Man, that just kind of crept up on us.
I feel like this year's flying more than others.
Well, I mean, it's recency bias compared to what was going on this time last year. You know, we were all watching a team that was struggling to fight back into the hunt. This season, a little bit different story. Had a lot more storylines, but it's been a little bit better baseball as far as wins and losses.
Last year at this time, 31-38 going into game 70.
A little bit different. Kind of flipped the script a little bit.
Yeah, the Astros couldn't get to 500 until July last year. 2-2 pitch is a wave and a miss. There's the curveball for a strikeout. That's 4 strikeouts now for Ryan. He's struck out Christian Walker twice. Now Victor Caratini will bat. The Astros, if they win today, would get to 10 games over 500 in game 70. Last year, after starting out 7-19 and 12-24, it took the Astros until game 120 to get to 10 games over.
Come on.
So that could be 50 games earlier if they win today. Ryan drops that one in for a strike, 0-2. You feel good about that 2-run home run from Yainer Diaz, the way these pitchers are going.
I'm with you on that. Especially considering those last 2 pitches to Victor. Pretty good slider at the top of the zone, and then a breaking ball catching the outside edge.
Victor playing his 45th game of the year. see if he's back in there tomorrow or as the DH or possibly behind the plate. Brandon Walter's scheduled to start for the Astros. Last time Walter pitched, Yiner was behind the plate, but Yiner's caught 4 games in a row. That one looped, could be trouble. Brooks Lee will make a nice running catch. He just stabbed it as he reached up at the last second. Joe Ryan appreciates that play. Fine catch by Lee running towards left field.
Playing over in that shift, almost at shortstop. Gave it a good effort, hustling through that, just reaching up the last minute to be able to snatch that one from being a base hit. Good play.
Two outs, bases empty. Jake Myers, who walked on 4 pitches, takes one for a strike. Caratini did catch Walter his first start, so we'll see how Joe Espada plays it tomorrow. Astros will not have an off day until after the next road trip. Today is game number 5 of 13 in 13 days. Up the middle, nice backhanded play by Cody Clemens, sharply hit by Jake Myers. That was slowed up by the mound a little bit. Joe Ryan cheers his defense on as he heads back to the dugout after a 1-2-3 inning.
Driven by Toyota. We are looking back at some big moments in Astros history because a former Astro is in town, Carlos Correa. 3 postseason walk-offs. That was 2017, Game 2 of the ALCS with a walk-off hit there. Then he did it again with a walk-off home run in 2019, Game 2 also of the ALCS to beat them over, to beat the Yankees that time. And then 2020 saw him hit another walk-off home run to force a Game 6 in the ALCS. He was clutch regular season and post game.
He really was, sharing that 3 walk-off postseason moments with Big Papi, who also had 3 in his illustrious Red Sox career. Carlos came up. Some big moments there wearing number 1 in an Astros uniform as he fouls off the first pitch.
That's the fedora I was talking about.
And show Neal, too. This is good throwback video, TK.
Where was Show Neal's fedora?
Yeah, he's the one that needed it.
Everybody was Show back then. I just realized he was Show Neal.
Show Rea. Show Morales.
No. Stop there. But you're confident if you're rolling up
on
first day of the big leagues in a fedora. It was great.
That ball hit past Jeremy Pena into center field, so the second hit of the game allowed by Hunter Brown is a single by Carlos Correa.
There it is. I brought this up yesterday. 20 years old. I was in Seattle. What? Elmer, I think he'd been in the big leagues for like a week.
I think he was.
Like he'd gotten his first hit, first homer, making crazy plays like that. Like, okay.
This is who he is. That was pretty amazing.
This ball hit to deep left field. Back goes Jose Altuve, and the Twins have just tied it up. Correa scores in front of Brooks Lee, opposite field home run. That's now a 14-game hitting streak. Just got into the first row of the Crawford boxes, and it's 2-2.
Fastball up and away. Brooks Lee went with it. He's having a pretty good start to his season. Switch hitter going into the Crawford box. It's on a cutter up and away.
Correa scoring in front of him, now 7th all-time in this stadium history in runs scored. He broke a tie with Yordan Alvarez. So he's now 7th in runs scored, 7th in RBIs all-time in this stadium. Ty France, the batter, who grounded out his first time up. Rodon's got a chance to pass him later in the year. This ball hit pretty well to center field. Jake Myers all the way back near the wall. He'll jump up just in case. He was closer to the wall than he thought. That's out number one. A couple of good swings on Hunter here in the fifth.
Yeah, that's Cutter. That's a third home run given up on a cutter for Hunter Brown. It's most home runs on one pitch against Hunter Brown, and that's the only ballpark he gets out of is right here.
What was the expected batting average? I'm guessing not very strong.
I'm sorry?
I'm guessing the expected batting average wasn't very strong on that home run.
I would have to check.
Let's see. I can look it up.
220.
There you go. Cody Clemens bats. He struck out swinging his first time up. That one off the plate, and it's 3-0. So Hunter, who had been so dominant retiring the first 11 batters, then allowed a string of 3 of 4 batters to reach with hits, including that home run. Now he's retired 2 in a row as Clemens grounds one to Christian Walker for out number 2.
Calling all superheroes, we need you for Play Ball Weekend. Your mission is to step up to the plate, whether at your favorite ballpark or in your own backyard. Register for an event with your local team or play on your own. Learn more at playball.org/weekend.
2 outs, bases empty for Christian Vasquez. Vasquez popped up in foul territory, and a nice play by Mauricio Dubon right near the stand in shallow left field. That was the first time Vasquez ever faced Hunter as a hitter. He has caught Hunter a couple of times in the regular season and also caught him 3 times in the 2022 postseason. Had Hunter for 3 2/3 innings of shutout baseball in the postseason. Vasquez, that entire 22 postseason run, caught 42 innings, including a no-hitter in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's right.
And in those 42 innings, the opposition scored just 2 runs between the Mariners, the Yankees, and the Phillies.
Come on.
2 runs behind the plate for Christian Vasquez in that postseason. 2 runs in 42 innings. That's pretty good.
Yeah, was he catching Frommer every game?
No, he had Javi a couple of times. He caught the 7th through the 18th inning in that 1-0 win in Seattle.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So that helps the number.
That definitely helps extend him.
But a 0.43 ERA with Vasquez behind the plate. He was a nice addition for the Astros.
Really was.
That season. 2-1 pitch is right there on the edge for a strike, 2-2. And that's a trade that was made right when the Red Sox were in town here in Houston. Vasquez finding out during batting practice he was heading to the home clubhouse. That ball towards third. Mauricio Dubon cuts across to make the play on Vasquez for the final out of the inning. 2 hits, 2 runs. We're tied at 2 on the Brooks Lee home run.
Some Papa John's key ingredients, and you got to have that clutch ingredient if you're going to come through with runners in scoring position. And so far, Cam Smith overall this season has been clutch. 319 is that batting average overall with runners in scoring position. But how about in the month of June, hitting .455? 5 of his 7 hits this month have been with runners in scoring position. So the young man taking advantage of some opportunities to drive in runs and help out this Astros ball club win some games.
It was a big one yesterday. The Astros had opportunities with Jose Altuve with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and Jake Myers with bases loaded and 1 out, and couldn't get a run across in either of those scenarios. But then Cam came through with a big 2-out, 2 RBI single with the bases loaded to give the Astros that 2-0 lead. who would tack on another run with a hit by Jacob Melton yesterday to make it 3-0. Cam flied out to right his first time up. Takes a pitch just off the plate. It's 1-1. 1 year ago today, Cam Smith was playing for the Florida State Seminoles in Game 1 of the College World Series against Tennessee. It was the Noles' first College World Series appearance in 5 years, as Cam ended up having big regionals and super regionals to help FSU get to the CWS in Omaha. And then in the NCAA tournament overall, he hit .314 with 11 walks and over 1,000 OPS. This ball hit to center, hit well, but Cam will be retired because he hit it right at Byron Buxton. That's a line out for out number 1 in the 5th. Couple of 2-run home runs in this game. One by Yainer Diaz for the Astros in the 3rd, and one by Brooks Lee for the Twins in the 5th. That's where we stand, with Mauricio Dubon batting here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Dubon sends one to right. Matt Wallner across makes the play on that line out. 2nd out of the inning.
It's time to play Name That Astro, powered by Reliant. 3 clues for you. Rule 5, closing it down twice is nice. If you know who that Astro is, hop on X, go to Space City HN, and tell us who you think that Astro is, powered by Reliant.
Brendan Rodgers has one of the 2 hits for the Astros. He singled ahead of the Yainer Diaz home run. Grounds this one to 3rd. That's going to be a quick inning for Joe Ryan. Only 6 pitches needed to get Cam Smith, Mauricio Dubon, and Brendan Rodgers here in the 5th.
Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford. As we move deeper into the game here, it gives us a chance to look at some guys who've pitched really well that have been added to the starting rotation a little bit later in the season. You just saw Colton Gordon yesterday, but Ryan Gusto's pitched well in his last start. Brandon Walter, who was called upon, has done a really nice job. And these guys working deeper into the games. A lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks for these guys, too. So a lot of strike throwers, which is great. Colton Gordon, guys. It was a good night for him. Talked about just the offense obviously helping him out there, but he was definitely happy with the way he was able to work through that 6th inning. That was a goal for him.
Yeah, career high for him, career high for Ryan Gusto in this homestand. Byron Buxton hit with the first pitch of the 6th inning. And some concern obviously on the Twin side as Buxton took that one off the front arm, it looks like.
95-mile-an-hour 2-seamer. Started in and kept moving in. Buxton moving that elbow into harm's way as it took the brunt of it. 2nd hit batter of the season for Hunter.
We're testing the grip strength here.
It's another Minnesota Twin that's had some issues with injuries too. Byron Buxton, talking about Royce Lewis tweaking that hamstring in last night's game. This one not necessarily his fault. That fellow was making a beeline right for that pad.
Yeah, Buxton is a guy who is a supreme talent that hasn't been able to play a lot of games in his career due to injury. This one is just a matter of, I think he's going to stay in there, just a matter of making sure he feels okay.
It's like getting a stinger. You just got to, wait for the pain to kind of subside.
140 games one time back in 2017. That's the only year he played 100 games or more for the Twins. He's been with Minnesota since 2015. Actually, last year he got his 2nd season of 100 games, got to 102 last year. So he's going to be okay. Kind of feels that a little bit over at first base. There's a leadoff base runner for the Twins for the 2nd straight inning. Now here's Trevor Larnach. First one up high for a ball, 1-0. Twins don't steal a lot of bases, but the one guy that does is Byron Buxton. Buxton 11 for 11 in steals. He has 11 of the team's 34 steals on the year. Held up on a 2-0 pitch, and now Hunter has fallen behind 3-0 on Larnach. Buxton goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw, not quite in time. Buxton now 12 for 12 on the season. Pretty good throw by Yiner.
Sometimes it's tough as a catcher. You got to hold your ground behind the plate to make sure you get that call for your pitcher. That 3-0 count was a good pitch to be able to catch and throw. Buxton just did a good job of getting a good jump.
That's down, ball 4. That'll be the first walk issued by Hunter. So a hit by pitch and a walk to start this inning, and heading into Willie Castro, who was 8 for 12 in his career, 8 for 13 in his career against Hunter Brown.
Less than ideal. Pitch counts in a good spot. Just some iffy command here to start out the 6th. Does get some ground balls. He still has the potential for a double play ball. It'll be tougher against Willie Castro, who's had great at-bats against him in his career.
First one missing wide, 1-0. All the hitters Hunter has faced more than 5 at-bats or more. Jake Berger 7-14, 5 for 7, and Willie Castro next best at 8 for 13.
Hey, we got one.
That was the one he wanted last at bat to the same guy.
Might have been the same swing.
Is that a replay from this inning or the 4th?
That could be either. I'm not going to tell you because
Okay.
they were both exactly the same. 2 different calls.
Up and in, 2-2. Got him. Got the nemesis, Willie Castro, swinging on strikes. That is strikeout number 9 for Hunter as he continues to strike out 9 quite often this year.
Just a power ball at the top of the zone. 97 miles an hour up top.
He has struck out 9 in 7 different starts, but has never struck out 10 this season. Here's Matt Wallner off the plate, ball 1. 10's his career high. That came back in 2023 against the A's when they played in Oakland.
Was sprinted out of the box with 6 strikeouts the first time through the order. Adjustment by the Minnesota Twins have cut down on the strikeout numbers and got him back into this game.
Hunter had a string of 5 straight starts with 9 strikeouts from April 21st through February 15th, and he struck out 9 in his last start against Cleveland on the road. Wallner chops a foul. It's 2-1. Just off the edge, and now Hunter with a count of 3-1 to Wallner. I'll draw a visit from Yainer Diaz and Mauricio Dubon. Now a word from Lock Solutions.
We're Lock, and we're leading precast.
That's a big couple of pitches right here. You want to get Wallner, at least get to 2 outs before you have to face Carlos Correa with a couple of runners on. Obviously a little more dangerous if you do end up loading up the bases for Carlos. But it might have been just a little bit of a roadmap to see what to do the next couple of pitches against Wallner to try and get him out.
Into center field, coming on Jake Myers. He'll make the play. Both runners retreat. That's a big second out for Brown in the 6th inning.
Got Wallner to chase ball 4. There's a 2-seamer running off the outside edge for that fly out.
So now Hunter will face Carlos Correa. Correa singled in front of a 2-run home run last inning. That tied up the game. 1 for 2 in this game, 1 for 6 in the series. Allen clips the bottom of the zone, says Mike Estabrook. It's 1-1. Hit by pitch and a walk to start the inning. Now Hunter trying to work around first and second, nobody out. Now he has 2 outs with Correa in a 1-1 count. And he gets him to wave at that one. It's 1-2.
That was a knuckle curveball, and Carlos Correa committed really early. Not sure this will show up on the Andy Anderson strike zone, but definitely went around on that one. Good job of knocking that ball down by Yainer, by the way, and keep the runners right where they're at.
Does he go back to that pitch? We'll see. 1-2 count to Carlos Correa. Called third strike. Number 10 matches a career high for Hunter Brown in strikeouts. First time this season with double digits in Ks.
Pena and Altuve are engineered to win, presented by Range Rover Sport. The Astros, a good home team, and you got to start with these 2 guys right here, Altuve and Pena, and what they're doing offensively right here at Daikin Park. The Astros are the only team with 2 guys in the top 10 in all of these categories. They are getting it done. Take yesterday's game, for example, 6 hits combined. They are in different spots in the lineup, TK, but it's working.
It is working. We'll see if it works this inning. Jeremy Pena leading off. Yainer Diaz hitting second. Jose Altuve hitting third in this inning. 3rd time through against Joe Ryan. Jeremy not leaving the zone here on the first 2 pitches. It's 2-0. Ryan, one of those rare guys who gets better as the game goes along. His lowest OPS is not first time or second time facing a hitter. It's third time through, only a 576 OPS. Clips the outside edge, 2-2. Hitters just 8 for 50 against Ryan this season, third time through the lineup. That one's down, and the count's full to Jeremy.
Tried to induce that chase. Jeremy not biting. Get a pitch to handle right here, shoot a gap, string together some hits. Maybe the Astros get a big inning and knock Joe Ryan out of this. Instead, he beats him up top.
Pena for the second time swinging on strikes. That is 5 strikeouts for Ryan. The Astros home run hitter steps to the plate. Yainer Diaz, 2-run home run his last time up. Yainer now 3 for 5 in his career against Ryan with a double and that home run. Right back through the middle, missed Ryan, and instead it's fielded by Cody Clemens, who makes the play for out number 2.
The Astros wrap up their series against Carlos Correa and the Twins tomorrow afternoon. Coverage kicks off at 12:30 with the Astros pregame presented by Toyota.
Jose Altuve needs to get going if he wants to have another multi-hit game. He's got 4 straight coming into today. Hasn't done 5 in a row since the 2021 season. 0 for 2 so far against Ryan. Takes that one wide, 1-0. Ground ball to short. And another quick inning for Ryan. Had a 6-pitch inning last inning and now follows it up with a 9-pitch inning here in the 6th. He and Hunter Brown trading zeros in a 2-2 game. Astros baseball is presented by Whataburger. Your favorite burger whenever you want it. Whataburger is open 24/7, just like you like it. And by TxDOT. Buckle up day and night in every seat. It saves lives. Click it or ticket. Good pitching matchup today, and so far both pitchers with quality starts going. Very similar lines. Doubling up on the strikeouts though is Hunter over Joe Ryan. Hunter hasn't had a whole lot of breathers the last couple of half innings. He has thrown 16 pitches and 20 pitches his last 2 innings. And the Astros offense only lasted minute 54 in the bottom of the 5th and 2 minutes 53 seconds in the bottom of the 6th after Hunter was out there for almost 20 minutes combined in the last 2 innings. Joe Ryan has gotten more efficient as the game's gone along, and Hunter has run into higher pitch counts after getting through the first 3 innings and 35 pitches. Brooks Lee, the 2-run home run hitter for the Twins, hit one into the Crawford boxes his last time up. Goes down here. That's a new career high in strikeouts for Hunter Brown, number 11, setting a new mark.
Just a matter of time before he broke through. Good breaking ball to get that swing over the top.
May 26, 2023 in Oakland, struck out 10 A's. That was his previous career high, and now 11 is new mark. One of the 2 hitters he has not struck out is Ty France as he takes a strike here.
Well, it's only fitting that in a year where he is putting up all-star numbers that he picks up that career high in strikeouts. He has a chance to pick up another and extend it to 12. He makes a good pitch here to Ty France.
Give him 12, a dozen strikeouts for Hunter Brown, another new career high mark.
It was power speed the first couple of innings. The last couple of innings, it's been the power curve. No answer for the curveball, darting well out of the zone from some of these Minnesota Twin hitters.
Now Cody Clemens. Clemens struck out his first time up. Taps this one towards first. It's going to be Christian Walker making the play. Hunter Brown, 7 strong innings today. A new career high with 12 strikeouts. 2-2 game here. The 7th inning stretch is presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
Fans will receive an Astros River hat presented by Houston Methodist. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions. TK, I heard you looked good in one of these hats.
I wore it out after the game on Tuesday. Got a lot of compliments, Julia.
I heard.
It's a quality giveaway item.
That was all over social media.
Yeah.
Even on vacation, I saw that.
Really? Come on.
Yes, you don't check anything.
I don't check enough.
That's what we're here for.
On we go to the bottom of the 7th. Julie, it's been a pitcher's duel. 5 hits combined, 3 for the Twins, 2 for the Astros. Joe Ryan still out there. I think Hunter Brown's day may be over as Ryan delivers a first pitch up, ball 1. Walker has struck out twice today. If Hunter's day is over, it was a phenomenal day. 7 innings of 2-run baseball, 1 little flip shot into the Crawford boxes out in 1 out of 30 stadiums, the only runs allowed. Hunter gave up 3 hits, a hit by pitch and a walk. As you can see, Brian Abreu looks like he's ready for the top half of the 8th inning. It has been a problematic pitch. Although Walker did hit a sweeper out against Ryan back in Minnesota, but that one was more on the plate. Now he fouls back the fastball, 1-2.
Joe Ryan's giving me all kinds of Zach Greinke vibes. He'll grunt every once in a while on a pitch. Kind of got that laid-back demeanor.
Ryan strikes out his 6th batter of the game, getting Walker for a 3rd time. 1 away in the 7th.
It's time to name that Astro, powered by Reliant. We gave you 3 clues. Rule 5, closing it down twice as nice. Who is that Astro? Powered by Reliant. Yes, Ryan Presley, selected by the Twins in the 2012 Rule 5 draft, and then had 111 saves with the Astros and part of 2 combined no-hitters. Ryan Presley.
Caratini takes the strike. Byron Buxton, who was hit on the elbow by a pitch in the 6th inning, stayed in the 6th and the 7th, but now he is out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Harrison Bader is in center field in his place. So the Astros in back-to-back games have Isaac Paredes and Jacob Melton leave the game. And now the Twins in back-to-back games have Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton leave the game. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Caratini flies out to right. Joe Ryan has now retired 12 in a row since the home run by Yainer Diaz.
Yeah, he's settled in and done a very good job of just moving the baseball off the barrel of the Astros, creating soft contact, not necessarily generating a lot of swing and miss. 14 swing and miss in the game for Joe Ryan. Kind of scattered all throughout his pitches. 4 swings and misses on the 4-seam fastball, but that's out of 20 swings.
How many swings and misses for Hunter?
21.
How about that?
Yeah, he was brilliant. 10 swings and misses and 15 swings on the curveball.
Wow.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
Myers sees a strike. It's 0-2. Well, the Astros down to their final out here if they want to give Hunter a win. Came in with 8 wins on the season, but he is looking at a real possibility of a no decision despite his 7 innings of 2-run baseball. It's up to Jake, down to the count 0-2. Watches that one go wide. It's 1-2. Twins have their bullpen going for the first time as well. It is the winner of the Anthem standoff warming up in their pen. That is Louis Varland. Jake watches that one go wide. It's 2-2. Jake, who walked in the second inning, only walk allowed by Ryan, now has a full count. And he walks Jake for the second time. 2 walks in the game. Both have been issued to Jake Myers, and now Cam Smith will get a chance with 2 outs.
So Ryan not happy with that one. Twins will be on the phone to make sure that Varland is ready to go, but at the same time, could be interesting to see how many pitches it takes for Jake Myers to take off. But I think that Rocco's getting Joe Ryan out of this game, or at least having the conversation to talk his way to stay in the game. Wasn't too happy with that last walk to Jake Myers.
Ryan still with a good pitch count, only 15 pitches needed the last 2 innings. So with 88 pitches, he's ready to go face Cam Smith here with 1 on and 2 outs in the 7th. Now a word from Taqueria Cervantes.
My favorite food is at Taqueria Arandas.
See if Jake Myers tries to find a pitch where he can get a jump. There have been 9 steals on Ryan this year in his 12 starts. There goes Jake. First pitch is down and in, and he'll go in head first with stolen base number 11 on the season.
He was itching to go over there. You could see the feet getting a little happy for Jake Myers, but he picked a great pitch to go on. This is a curveball. No chance for Christian Vasquez out there. We talked about Cam Smith's ability to drive in runs this season. Could be the right man at the right place.
And what'd you say last time he was up? 5 of his 7 hits this month have been with runners in scoring position.
Yep, way over 400 this month. And overall in the season, coming into this game, 319 with runners in scoring position. But he has been hot of late.
Came up with a big 2-out RBI base hit yesterday. Hits that one hard but foul.
I like it. I just want to see him boogie on some stuff on the inside and show some of that pull side pop. Got a little quick on that one, but it came off the bat at 110.
Cam has flied to right and also lined out to center. Cam's line out to center, the hardest hit baseball of the game against Joe Ryan in the 5th inning. That one's wide, 2-2. Called third strike, got him on a fastball on the outside edge. 7 strikeout for Ryan. So both Joe Ryan and Hunter Brown go 7 innings of 2-run baseball. We're tied to the 8th.
Presented by Nava Law Group shows you Hunter Brown getting after the Minnesota Twins. He got after him early, first time through the order, struck out 6 of those Minnesota Twins, and eventually got off the fastball, started throwing the breaking ball. We told you 21 swings and misses in this ball game for Hunter Brown as he sets a career high 12 strikeouts to 1 walk in this 7 innings against the Twins. He'll give way to the Astros bullpen that's been very good in this tie ball game. Ryan Abreu will be the first man out. He'll make his 31st appearance with his 1.50 ERA.
Both pitchers very similar lines with the exception of the strikeout total. 2 hits and 2 walks allowed by Joe Ryan, so 4 base runners and 2 runs on a 2-run home run. Hunter Brown 3 hits, 1 walk and a hit batter, so 5 base runners and 2 runs allowed on a 2-run home run. Both guys going 7 innings. Hunter striking out 12, Joe Ryan striking out 7. So now it's up to the Pens as Abreu has a 2-1 count on Christian Vasquez leading off the inning. That one's right on the edge for a strike, 2-2. Astros have the 2nd lowest bullpen ERA in the American League this season, and the Twins are number 10 out of 15. Counts 3-2 on Vasquez. Got him. That slider had him chasing. Strikeout number 1 for Abreu, number 13 for the Astros today.
Good put away pitch from Brian. Good little tilt to it, getting it down out of the zone.
Mentioned last half inning, Byron Buxton had to leave the game. We found out it was elbow contusion on the left elbow, so Harrison Bader gets his first at bat. Watches a fastball wide, 1-0. Bader played in the game last night with the lefty starter Colton Gordon. Had a good game, 2 for 3, hitting in the 9th spot for the Twins. There's a strike, it's 1-1. Twins will see another lefty tomorrow. It'll be the 3rd lefty they will face in the last 4 games after facing 15 straight righties prior to that.
Ooh, Hundo.
Hundo. Come on, Brian.
Just blew the doors off the outside corner.
Now we have to see if that was a Hunter Brown Hundo or a rounded up Hundo.
Rounded up. 99.7.
So Hunter won't count that.
Yeah. Wonder if pitchers go around. That wasn't a Hundo. It's calling everybody out. Last one was 99.5.
Come on.
Yeah. Hundo. 99.8. Getting there. We're getting there.
We're right there. 2nd straight full count for Abreu.
Sniffing it.
And he ends up walking Bader. He doesn't leave the zone there on a 3-2 pitch. This week on Astros Bases Loaded, Brian Abreu will talk baseball and fatherhood. We'll sit down with Astros pitching prospect Miguel Ullola, and Josh Reddick will show us Cam Smith's advanced skills. All that and much more on Astros Bases Loaded after the postgame show today. Trevor Larnach, the batter, and he goes after a first pitch and misses. 0-1. Larnach struck out twice against Hunter and drew the only walk that Brown allowed. Griffin Jacks warming up in the Twins bullpen. Looks like he will have the bottom of the 8th for Minnesota. Larnach has swung at 5 Abreu sliders in their 2 previous matchups, and he's missed 4 and fouled off another one. There's another foul on a slider, and it's 1-2. So he's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, both times striking out on that slider. Bader's going. Pitch is down, and the throw will be late. Bader steals his 7th bag of the year.
Good jump, and there's a little bit of an issue with the exchange for Yainer Diaz on that slider.
Got him with a fastball at 99 at the top of the zone. Brian Abreu with 2 strikeouts in the inning, and that's a big second out.
Seen some good fastballs this afternoon from Hunter Brown and now Brian Abreu. We've seen upper 90s.
Hundo.
What do we get? Hundo does 99.5. Yeah, Brian Abreu pushing Hunter Brown off the top velocities on Baseball Savant for this game. Man,
Just
relentless, 99.8.
come on.
Just powering baseballs through there.
This is, I think, the most 100s we've seen from Brian in any outing this year.
Man, he's amped.
That's the slider on the inside edge, and now Castro down to the count 1-2. Castro 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in his career against Brian Abreu.
The spin on that slider is competitive with Framber Valdez's curveball spin.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive right there. A couple 100-mile-an-hour fastballs and then throw that slider on the inner edge.
Fouled off the Hundo. So he's topped at 99.8.
Yes. That was a couple of times.
And a lot of 99.5s. Oh, beautiful. What an outing by Abreu. He did give up a walk, but he made 3 hitters look bad on some pitches.
Understandable. He's got a hundo in the tank and then powers a slider through there. No chance.
Moment. We're going back to the 3rd. It was a scoreless game. Yainer Diaz, though, breaks that up with a 2-run home run. He's up to 9 home runs on the season. Extra base hit last night with a double, and today with the home run. Great homestand for the Astros catcher, TK.
Yeah, he hit one out to right. A little hitting streak going now for Yainer, 4-game hit streak. Here is Cooper Hummel. Saw him last year with the Astros, and we saw him again this spring with the Astros, but then he was on his own, signed on with the Baltimore Orioles, and ended up getting just 1 at bat with the Orioles, and then DFA'd and elected free agency, and here he is back with the Astros after playing in Sugar Land for part of the season. That's where he was all of last year.
Got a tough draw right here with Griffin Jacks on the mound.
Cooper went 0 for 8 last year in an Astros uniform. Goes after that pitch, it's 0-2. It's been kind of a wild ride for Cooper in 25, huh, Julia?
It was just a wild ride to get here. They were coming from Reno, had to fly to Dallas, and then this morning, so red eye in there. But you're right, 2025 has been crazy for him and his family. They have well, she's almost 5 months now, but a new one, and he has been with several different teams, including a minor league team in there, and he can tell you from day to day which city he was in, what uniform he was playing in, but it has been from 5 days here with this team, 5 days with another team. Just kind of one of those seasons. We've heard those stories along the way. He was like, this is my year for this, but so happy to be here with the Astros.
And now we'll see an Astros debut as Luis Guillorme will get a pinch hit appearance. So back-to-back pinch hitters. We talked, Plummer, early in the game about the flexibility this gives Joe Espada with the roster moves today. You've got Cooper Hummel, a switch hitter. Now Luis Guillorme, a left-hand hitter. And he's going to go back-to-back with the new Astros here in the bottom half of the 8th. So Guillorme hitting for Brendan Rodgers will get his first plate appearance as an Astro after Griffin Jack struck out Cooper Hummel on 3 pitches. Guillorme, a longtime New York Met, started his career in 2018 with the Mets, played 6 years with the Mets, and then 1 year with the Angels, 1 year in Arizona, and 1 year in Atlanta. Those all came as part of 3 teams that he played for last season, combining for 77 games. The majority of them were with the Angels. Now he's got a 3-1 count. Close pitch, called ball 4. So Guillorme draws a walk in his first Astros plate appearance. He'll be the lead base runner in a 2-2 game here with 1 out in the 8th. Spend Father's Day at Daikin Park while catching the Astros and the Twins. And don't forget the Father's Day cooler bag add-on package. Learn more at Astros.com/Father's Day. Jeremy Pena looking for his first hit today. Pena takes one for a strike, 0-1. Pena has hit in 17 out of 18 games, but today a couple of strikeouts and a fielder's choice. Did score a run. Hits the ball hard, but Correa snags the line drive. Pena hit the ball right at his predecessor for out number 2. So now Yainer Diaz, who supplied the 2 runs for the Astros. Jax leads the American League in strikeouts for a relief pitcher. When he struck out Hummel, that was his 51st strikeout of the year. Struck out 3 yesterday, getting Christian Walker, Cam Smith, and Jacob Melton. Now he's got Yainer down in the count, 0-2. Luis Guillorme on first base with 2 outs. There he goes. It's a swing and a miss. Inning over. Guillorme would have been thrown out anyhow. So the inning ended twice, if you will. Jax with 2 strikeouts in the inning, and we're going to head to the 9th in a 2-2 game. Josh Hader will be on for the Astros.
Good defense from Mauricio Dubon off the bat of Vasquez. This play finishing off the bottom of the 3rd. Had to track it, chase it, stay with it, not worry about the stands, make the catch, and then keep himself upright. The netting and the security guard keeping him safe after making a good play. Mauricio Dubon moving all over the field. Now he's moved out of the game.
So here's a new defense for the Astros. Luis Guillorme, who just joined the team today, will now play 3rd base. Jose Altuve comes in from left field. He'll play 2nd base. Dubon and Brendan Rodgers were lifted for pinch hitters. And Cooper Hummel will move to left field, replacing Altuve, who moved into the infield.
Closer Josh Hader coming into this game, trying to keep the game right where it's at. Tied up 2 apiece here in the top of the 9th. Great numbers on the season. 45 strikeouts in 29 innings.
Got the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Matt Wallner, Carlos Correa, and Brooks Lee, as Wallner goes after the first pitch and pops a foul out of play, 0-1. Both teams with not many scoring opportunities. 2 runs on a couple of 2-run home runs. The Twins getting their 2 runners into scoring position in the 6th and the 8th via stolen bases. And the Astros also got their runner in the 7th into scoring position via a stolen base with Jake Myers. But other than that, there haven't been a lot of threats for either side. 2-1 pitch is hit way up in the air near the roof here at Dyken Park. And Yainer Diaz puts it away. Time to reveal the winner of today's Chevy Stroh poll. We asked you about guys coming off the bench and who is also the most underrated Astro star of the past 25 seasons. You had 2 pitchers to choose from, 2 position players, and Marwin Gonzalez with 1,100 votes in today gets almost half of those votes with 49%. Colin McHugh gets voted for 1/4 of those votes as the most underrated Astro star of the past 25 seasons. Thanks for voting in today's Stroh poll. Carlos Correa takes a strike on the outside corner. Correa has singled and scored a run. He's also struck out looking a couple of times. That one fouled back. It's 1-2. That one's down, 2-2. One out, nobody on in a 2-2 game in the 9th. Now the count's full. On Duran warming up in the Twins bullpen. Correa goes down on strikes. Josh Hader picking up his first strikeout, getting the second out of the inning.
Mix things up completely, going to that changeup. Last season only threw it 1% of the time. This season there's a little bit of an uptick to 5%. But he picks his spots when he goes with that changeup. Had Correa completely fooled on that one.
What a 3-2 changeup.
Yep, pulled the string.
Now he drops in the slider. Brooks Lee accounting for the 2 runs for Minnesota, hitting a home run into the front row of the Crawford boxes the other way when he was hitting left-handed, now turning around to hit right-handed. Lee has all 6 of his home runs as a left-hand hitter. He's a .214 hitter. Coming into yesterday as a right-hand hitter, went 1 for 3 yesterday against Colton Gordon and Bennett Sousa. See who's due up for the Astros. They'll have their 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. He had not thrown a 3-2 changeup this year before the one to Correa. Got him. A little more fuel with that strikeout. Astros have struck out 17 Minnesota Twins. We head to the bottom of the 9th, 3, 4, and 5 due up, trying to walk it off. Astros baseball on Space City Home Network is presented by Lock Solutions, H-Town's favorite precast concrete provider. Lock, leading precast. And by AAA Auto Insurance, where you are safe at home, providing baseball fans with reliable coverage and peace of mind.
Closer for the Minnesota Twins is in as we start the bottom of the ninth inning, tied up. 5 hits in the game, 2 runs apiece between the Twins and Astros. And there he is, Johan Duran. 31 1/3 innings, 37 strikeouts. He's 10 saves and 11 opportunities. This is not a save opportunity. He has faced the Astros 10 times. That includes 2 postseason appearances. And he's yet to give up an earned run in 11 1/3 innings pitched against the Astros organization.
That's skinny 1.15 ERA, second best in the AL, and he will face Jose Altuve. Altuve watches one go wide, 1-0. Astros batting in the bottom half of the ninth inning with Altuve, Christian Walker, and Victor Caratini due up. Nobody warming in the Astros pen, so Joe Espada might be thinking about 2 innings for Josh Hader today if the game goes extra. Altuve with a 1-1 count. Duran is right. He gets lots of ground balls. His opponent ground ball percentage of 72% is the highest in all of baseball. Astros do not have a career extra base hit against Duran. Altuve has one of their 2 hits. He's 1 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. Puts the ball in the air, deep to left center field. Back goes Bader. He'll make a jumping catch right up against the wall. Jose Altuve bidding for extra bases, and Bader made a nice catch on the warning track for out number 1.
Well, that was exciting. I thought Altuve got a little bit more of it than he actually did, trying to fly this one out of here and end it. Good play by Bader getting back there early. You'll see a lot of defenses in the outfield play deep in these situations to keep that ball from going over their head.
Christian Walker watches one go wide. Walker has never faced Duran before. Happy to see somebody other than Joe Ryan, who was tough on Christian today. Now one off the plate, 2-0. Two runs on just 3 hits for Minnesota. 2 runs on just 2 hits for the Astros. Both hits coming back in the 3rd inning. That's a strike. It's 2-1. There's 101 over the top of the zone. It's 3-1. Now it's wide at 100 miles an hour. The Astros have the winning run on base in Christian Walker.
Duran averages 100.2 on his fastball.
Now Victor Caratini will hit. Caratini 0 for 3 today. .101 for a strike. Mentioned Duran gets a lot of ground ball outs. Caratini has grounded out all 3 times he has faced him. Tried to check his swing on a pitch down and in, and he does. It's 1-1. Another take on a pitch down and in. Victor with a 2-1 count.
Let's see if Victor can be ready for this fastball. Didn't have to be. There was a splitter pulled inside. Another hitter's count. Vasquez is going to go out and have a conversation with the big man.
Astros have had 3 walk-off wins this year. Isaac Paredes with a walk-off home run on May 13th. Christian Walker with a 2-run walk-off home run on May 25th. And then Yainer Diaz completing that 83-pitch complete game for Framber Valdez, a walk-off on May the 30th. Is that a splitter?
That's a split. It's pretty nasty. 98, tumbling down and in.
$36,315 have been entertained today. It's been a pitcher's duel between Hunter Brown, Joe Ryan, and the bullpens. Astros trying to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th. Ground ball foul.
Man, still staying with the split.
Another 3-2. And he dropped it in there. That's a tough at bat. Victor hung in there while he could, but Duran eventually wins it with a called 3rd strike.
That's tough. Everything firm between the split and the fastball, and then he just gently rolls in a curveball. It's tough to react when you're geared up for 98 plus.
Jake Myers 0 for 1 officially, has drawn 2 walks today. And the first one is off the plate in 1-0. Jake hits the ball sharply past the diving Cody Clemens. Christian Walker will get to 3rd. Base hit for Myers, puts runners on 1st and 3rd with 2 outs.
Astros do a lot of work with 2 outs. Good swing by Jake to extend this inning. Splitter stayed up. Hit hard the other way. Christian Walker hustles himself 90 feet away from home. And you've got young Cam Smith with an opportunity right here.
Pete Mackey out to have a word with Duran. As Cam Smith has a chance to be a hero. We told you 1 year ago today, Cam was playing his first ever College World Series game. And here he is 1 year later on June 14, 2025, to have a chance to walk off a major league game.
Seen some big moments in Division I baseball. Now he's immediately got an opportunity to have a big moment here in the show.
Cam has never had an at-bat against Joan Duran, as he hits here with the winning run on 3rd and 2 outs in the 9th. Jake Myers is going to take 2nd base. And Cam did it through the middle. Astros win it 3-2. Cam Smith, the hero today as he walks off the Twins. One-year anniversary of a College World Series appearance, and he walks it off in a Major League victory.
Oh, you gotta love the youth and exuberance of Cam Smith getting an opportunity. Punches one back up the middle and punches a ticket for another W here at Dyken Park for the Houston Astros.
The irony of that base hit was they were letting Myers go. Nobody was covering. Had somebody tried to cover, that was where the ground ball was.
They were playing him to pull on the infield, and he pulled it past everybody on the infield.
The first walk-off of the 22-year-old's career. A walk to Christian Walker would come around to score. Jake Myers, a big hit in that rally as well.
Putting the first earned run on Johan Duran against the Astros in his career. Big swing, big moment for the rookie. And everybody out of the dugout to celebrate with Cam Smith.
Astros with their fourth walk-off victory of the season. They have now gone to 4-1 on the homestand, and they're 10 games over 500 for the first time this year at 40-30. And Julia Morales has the hero.
Thanks, DK. All right, Cam, you got to walk me through that at bat against a really good pitcher right there. What do you know about him? What are you thinking in that moment?
Yeah, just thinking in that moment that I came up short my last at bat. You know, I had the same opportunity, runners in scoring position, tie game, and I didn't come through, so I know I had to get my payback.
You're so fun to watch after big moments, big hits, the emotion that runs through you. But that had to be fun. You guys went all the way up to center field.
Yeah, that's my first walk-off in my life.
In your life?
In my life.
What do you mean in your life?
Seriously. I'm
going
not
way
kidding.
back.
Yeah, no, yeah. First walk-off, so that felt really good.
I bet. Just to be able to contribute the way that you have recently, too. What's working for you? How are you able to come through?
Just sticking to a plan. I think when your mind's a little cluttered and you're trying too many things at once, I mean, it goes wrong. So sticking to one thing, and, I know it works for me.
In your life.
Fun fact.
That is a fun fact. Fun fact. All right, congratulations. That was fun to watch. Go celebrate with your teammates, DK.
Yeah, how about it? First time ever.
We were here.
Cam Smith comes through with a fourth walk-off of the season in the Astros dugout, ready to celebrate. Josh Hader knew he didn't have a second inning to pitch as Cam Smith walks it off, scoring Christian Walker, and the celebration was on, Blummer.
As it should be. Young man is the spark plug in this lineup, and he got his opportunities, saying the right things too, understanding situations and making it happen.
Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger should be a fun one. Kevin Eschenfelder, Brian Bogusevic will be your host. Julia Morales also gathering interviews to help out. The postgame show after a walk-off, always a good time, starts next.